Good evening, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Bearded IT Dad, where we give you advice and insight on how to grow your career in the IT field. Tonight, we are bringing back our CompTIA A Plus study group. Tonight, we're going to have a live Q&A study group where we are going to show questions on the screen, and you get to chime in the chat, and we get to talk about the CompTIA A Plus certification. It's a really great study group. And after our quiz section tonight, we are going to open up to a Q&A. So if you guys have any questions at all about the IT field, make sure and drop them in the chat and we will get to them. So stay tuned because we're talking about all that and more after this. Welcome back, everyone, and thank you again for tuning in. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me all good and everything's working fine. Tonight, we are doing our A Plus study group. This has been a big hit in the past. If you are currently studying for the A Plus certification, the 1101 or 1102, this study group is for you. We're going to be talking all about different things that might be on the exam tonight, and it is a whole lot of fun. I see people starting to file into the chat. Welcome, this isn't me. The man, the myth, the legend. You know it. It's been a while since we've been live. It's just been so busy. We have a lot of stuff going on. And, I just felt we were well overdue. This is going to be our September. So what we do is the first, we don't actually have a set day of the week anymore, but typically the first week of every month, we like to do one of these A Plus study groups. Now I know it is still technically August, but we're going to go ahead and do September's because this weekend and part of next week, I'm on vacation with the holiday and everything. So we're going to do our September A Plus study group tonight. So what is this study group? This study group covers items that may be on the CompTIA 220, 1101 and 1102 core series A plus exams. This study group is not affiliated with CompTIA in any way, and all the information I have personally created to help people study for the above exam. You can get a copy of the CompTIA exam objectives at CompTIA.org/training/resources/exam-objectives. That is also linked down in the description. While you're down in the description, there is tons of resources for the CompTIA A Plus certification. So definitely while you're down there, take a look and see if there's any good information down there for you. So the A Plus study group, like I was just saying, down in the description, there is more videos, training, and resources down in the description. And like I stated also before, after the quiz section, we are going to open up to a Q&A. So you can ask any questions you have about the IT field. Really, any questions at all. We're just going to keep politics and religion and stuff that can't be on YouTube out of the chat. But if you have any questions at all, feel free to drop in the chat anytime. As we're going along with the study group, all the questions tonight are going to be multiple choice in this month's study group. But what I want you guys to do is, as we're going along, I want you to drop your answers in the chat to what you think the questions are. Now, I don't want you just to put A, B, C, or D. That's kind of cheating. I want you to actually type out the answer. Plus, that helps the YouTube algorithm discover this video and help more people. With that said, let's go ahead and dive right on into tonight's content. I'm going to go ahead and shrink myself down so you guys can see the questions better. So the first question of the night, what does POST, P-O-S-T, stand for? Does it stand for A, plain old service telephone, B, power on operating system test, C, power on self-test, or D, passive onboard self-test, or E, purple ostrich silly Tom? Let me know in the chat what answer you think is the correct answer. What does POST stand for? Plain old service telephone, power operating system self-test, power on self-test, or passive onboard self-test? I'm pretty sure the answer is not E. Let me know down in the chat what you guys think it is. If you guys are just joining us, welcome. We are doing our September CompTIA A Plus study group for the 1100 series exams, both the 1101 and 1102 exams. Welcome. Right now, we've just asked the first question, given a little bit more time as people roll in. What does POST stand for? All right. I think we're going to go ahead and display the answer here and keep this thing moving. It stands for Power On Self-Test. So a lot of times when you are troubleshooting, this is the computer that has failed to boot. A lot of times the POST status is either a series of beeps or there's sometimes lights on the motherboard. That a lot of the times will let you know what is wrong, and it will give you some sort of troubleshooting code, something to start troubleshooting and looking at. Gives you a direction to start researching. So POST stands for Power On Self-Test. It happens every time you turn your computer on. All right, next question. What is the purpose of an Ethernet loopback plug? A, to simulate an active connection for troubleshooting. B, to create a spanning tree loop. C, they're used for hacking purposes. Or D, to increase network speed by looping the traffic back. Which one of these answers is correct? What is the purpose of a loopback plug? Let me know in the chat if you guys think you have the answer. This is one of the few study groups where Googling is actually okay. I'd rather you guys learn the answer and take away some extra knowledge from this study group. So if you have to break out the Google to find out what a loopback plug is, as a last resort, feel free to. Alrighty. I think we've given enough time. We'll go ahead and display the answer here. And it is A. A loopback plug is to simulate an active connection for troubleshooting. Great job, everyone. Next question. Which Windows command analyzes a file system and performs fixes automatically if any logical errors are found? Is it A, chkdisk/f, ckdk/f, check dir, chmod, or chown? Which one of these commands analyzes a file, or which one of these Windows commands, this is specific for Windows commands, analyzes a file system and performs fixes automatically? Let me know in the chat below if you think you know the answer. How's everyone doing tonight? Where is everyone tuning in from? See, we got quite a few viewers starting to file into the live stream tonight. A Wednesday night, out studying for your CompTIA A Plus, learning important skills. Can't go wrong there. I'm a firm believer you have to constantly be studying in IT, otherwise you are falling behind. Technology is changing so rapidly. Looks like we're starting to get some answers in chat here. The Black Chess Authority says E. Give it a few more seconds for everyone else to answer. Alrighty. The correct answer is I totally just exited out of it. My bad. All right. Let's try this again. The correct answer is A, check disk/F. The / is the switch. /F is for fix. So A, B, and C, I completely made up. I don't even know if those are real commands. D and E are actually Linux commands for setting file permissions and that fun stuff. So good job, everyone. Here's a networking one for you. There's a little hint. What does SSID stand for? Standby Service Incident Data, Serial Support Identifier, Support Service Identifier, Service Set Identifier, or Solid State Incident Disk. What does SSID stand for? Standby Service Incident Data, Serial Support Identifier, Support Service Identifier, Service Set Identifier, or Solid State Incident Disk. Let me know in the chat if you guys think you know the correct answer. And like I said, if you are completely stumped by it, don't afraid to break out the Google. If anyone ever tells you that you cannot Google things in IT and that you don't need to Google things, they are wrong. Everyone in IT probably uses Google on almost a daily basis. You can never know everything. The Black Chest Authority is in here thinking it's A, Standby Service Incident Data. I haven't heard of Standby Service Incident Data. Okay. Correct answer is D, Service Set Identifier. SSID is all you'll often hear of in Wi-Fi. Is what is your SSID name? That is the name you broadcast of your wireless network. So Service Set Identifier is what SSID stands for. Good job, everyone. Next question is, what causes mobile batteries to become swollen? Too many electrons packed into the battery? Internal components that have begun to build up gas. I know I feel a little swollen sometimes when I build up too much gas. Batteries vent is plugged and needs a new hole drill. Battery is hot, put it in the freezer and put in the freezer and swelling will go down. Let me hide my camera so you guys can see the rest of the question. Sorry about that. I forgot when I take myself off screen, my audio goes away. Hope you guys can hear us. Let me know in the chat. Can you hear me okay? So for those of you who are just joining us, because you probably didn't hear me last time I just said this, we are doing our monthly our CompTIA A+ study group. We are covering topics and items that might be on the 1100 series CompTIA A+ exam. So the correct answer for what causes a battery to become swollen is internal components that have begun to build up gas. So when you see those lithium ion batteries, because those are the typical batteries you'll see in a mobile device nowadays, have a fault inside of them, they start releasing gases. Now gas gets trapped inside the battery, and that's what you often see, those batteries that swell up that either have a short in them or overheated, or someone decides to stick a knife in them, which is a catastrophic failure and typically causes it to explode. So definitely don't be doing that. All right, next question. Which TCP/IP configuration information must a computer on the network have before it can communicate with the internet? So which TCP/IP information configuration information must a computer have on the network or what must it have to communicate with the internet? Sorry about that. Is it A, a public key, and we're choosing 3 here, by the way. B, a subnet mask. C, a TCP IP address. D, a default gateway. E, an FTP server address. Or E, a proxy server address. Which one of the 3? Actually, I think, hopefully I don't show the answer here. Nope, there is one more. Or a G, a MAC address of router. Which 3 here must a computer have on a network before it can communicate with the internet? There's 3 of these here. Let me know in the chat. A lot of times the CompTIA questions will have multiple choice. They'll have, where you have to pick more than one answer. They'll have fill in the blank. There's quite a few different style questions. Okay. The correct answer is B, C, and D. You must have an IP address, a subnet mask, and a default gateway to be able to connect to the internet. Good job, everyone. All right, next question. You need to implement a RAID level that duplicates a partition on another physical disk, providing 2 identical copies of the data. Which RAID level should you use? RAID 0, RAID 1, RAID 2, RAID 3, RAID 5, or RAID 10. And I'll give you a hint. RAID stands for a redundant array of... I totally just spaced on that, guys. See, even I forget things. What the heck here? Redundant array of independent disks. That's what RAID stands for. So which RAID level do you need to duplicate a partition of another physical disk, providing 2 identical copies? 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, or 10. Which RAID level do you need? Hardly a month into learning all the technologies and definitions, there is so much information to memorize. There is, but I have confidence in that you'll be able to get it. And that's why we host these study groups, to try to help you study. Why So Serious is thinking it is RAID 2. Black Chess Authority is saying RAID 0. Let's see what the correct answer is. It is actually RAID 1. So RAID 0 provides striping. So it takes your data and split it across 2 disks for enhanced speed. RAID 1 is actually mirroring, where it takes your data and duplicates it on 2 different disks. And there's actually several more different RAID layers, but I will let you guys do some research on that. Okay, here's a little bit longer of a question. Your company developed both application software and customized operating system. The company is migrating to a cloud-based system to house all of its physical hardware, but it will continue to use its own proprietary software and applications in the cloud. Which cloud service model would you deploy based on the system requirement? Is this a PaaS, a SaaS environment, an IaaS, a DaaS, or a HaaS environment? Your company develops both application software and customized operating system. The company is migrating to a cloud-based system to house all of its physical hardware, but will continue to use its own proprietary software and applications in the cloud. Which cloud service model would you deploy based on the system requirements? Let me know in the chat what you guys think the correct answer is. And don't be afraid to break out the Google. Is it a pass, SAS, DAS, HAS, or I don't know how you pronounce it. IAAS, AS, IAS. I don't know. Alrighty. Get your questions in, or get your answers into the chat. Got someone thinking it's a SAS. Another one for SAS. Wonder if that's the correct answer or not. All right. It is actually C, IaaS, infrastructure as a infrastructure as a service. So A is PaaS, is platform as a service, which would be like AWS, where they provide their own operating systems and software. B is software as a service, where they're providing a service or software as a service. C is infrastructure as a service. D, I just completely made up. And E is hacking as a service. So good job, everyone. If you didn't get the question right, don't worry. It's a learning opportunity. Here's another really long question. These style questions aren't uncommon to see on the CompTIA exam, so it's good to have this practiced. You have contracted with a cloud service provider prior to migrating your online shopping company to a cloud deployment. You have opted in for an IaaS, infrastructure as a service, as we just learned, model. When you test the system post-migration, what should you verify? What should you use to verify that the service provided to you by the cloud company are in line with your expectations and baseline performance? Should you use an SLA, a BCP, a DRP, or an LLC? Again, the question is, you have contracted with a cloud service provider to provide, or prior to migrating your online shopping company to a cloud deployment. You have opted for an infrastructure as a service model. When you test the system post-migration, what should you use to verify that the service provided to you by the cloud company are in line with the expectations and baseline performance? Are we doing a SLA, a BCP, a DRP, or an LLC? Answers are coming in already. We got A's. It's thinking it's an SLA. I'm not going to even try to pronounce your name. I apologize. I am horrible with names. Got another person thinking that it might be A. Should we go ahead and reveal the correct answer? It is indeed A service level agreement. That is the perfect answer right there. Good job, everyone. A user's computer is experiencing overheating problems. What is the most likely cause of their problem? Remember, a lot of these CompTIA questions might have multiple answers that you can pick that are technically correct, but CompTIA wants you to pick what is the most likely cause of the problem. Is it A, humidity, B, power sags, C, power surges, or D, dust? A user's computer is experiencing overheating problems. What is the most likely cause of this problem? Let me know in the chat, everyone, what you think is the correct answer. Why So Serious is saying A, humidity. That is possibly a cause. Could be a cause of overheating. This isn't me saying D for dust, keeps heat in. The logic checks out. But is that the most likely cause? Gabe is saying C, power surges. Possible. Got another one here for Dust. Alrighty, let's go ahead and show the correct answer. And it would be, in fact, the most likely cause would be dust, preventing proper cooling of the PC. Good job, everyone. Your laser printer produces accurate images that smear easily. Which printer component should you examine? Printers are 100% on the CompTIA A+ exam, so that is definitely something you guys and gals should be well educated in. So which printer component should you examine when your printer is printing accurate images that smear easy? Is it A, the fuser, B, the feed roller, C, the transfer corona, or D, the photosensitive drum? Javin, welcome to the live stream. Haven't seen you in forever. And yes, most people in IT hate printers. Printers run on magic smoke. I think you need to clean out your printer. If you are getting smoke out of your printer, I think you got some other bigger problems than smearing easily. So let me know in the chat below which printer component should you examine if your laser printer smears easily. Javin is guessing A, the fuser, and that would be the correct answer. Good job. Yes, indeed, the fuser is likely having issues or going out. It is not heating up the toner enough to fuse it into the paper. All right, next question. You wish to send encrypted emails. What option should you enable? A, POP3, B, IMAP, C, ISP, or D, S/MIME. You wish to send encrypted emails. What options should be enabled? Let me know in the chat below if you think you know the right answer. If you don't know the right answer, there's this wonderful tool in IT called Google. Google that answer. Try to figure out what is the correct answer. Why So Serious is saying it's D. Someone is saying it should be IMAP enabled. We have another D for SMIME. Let me know in the chat what you guys think is the correct answer. All right. Let's go ahead and reveal the correct answer. It is SMIME is the correct answer. The first two, A and B, are receiving email protocols, POP3 and IMAP. C stands for ISP, stands for Internet Service Provider. Really doesn't have much to do with email. Good job, everyone. And I do believe that was our last question of the night for our CompTIA A+ study group. Good job, everyone. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're now going to open up to an Ask Me Anything, where if you have any questions at all about the IT field, if you are wondering what kind of certifications you should be getting, different, what platforms I use to study and so on, drop it in the chat and I will be more than happy to answer it. Or if you have anything you want to chat about, feel free to put those questions in the chat and I am here to answer them. This isn't me. Smoke signals from the printer. Help me. I'm a printer. I failed. That what your printer does, is sending smoke signals asking for help? Your printer doesn't beep saying, out of paper. It just starts smoking. How is everyone doing tonight? If you're just tuning in, you just missed our A plus study group for September. Don't worry, the replay will be up after this live stream is over. We have now moved on to the Ask Me Anything Q&A section, where you can ask me anything in regards to the IT field, whether it's about certifications, interview questions you might have. And if you want to, you can even hop on the live stream and ask the questions in person on camera. Just let me know in the chat if you'd like to do that. Why so serious? I am from India. I want to do CCIE security. Just tell another this. Just tell about this maybe. The CCIE is a serious exam. It's a great exam. I can guarantee you will go far if you're able to get a CCIE in security. Thank you for doing these. Absolutely. If this is your first time tuning in, we have a huge log of these live streams where we do a lot of Q&A and these study groups. So feel free to definitely go back through some of our past live streams, some of our A plus study groups, and there's tons of questions to practice with. So I do believe that should be all linked down in the description about these. So you want to do CCIE security, just tell about this. Well, what do you want to know about the CCIE security? I haven't taken it, so I can't tell you much about it. I can tell you it is a very difficult exam. You have to get, actually, I do believe they removed the requirement for your CCNA and CCNP. So in theory, you could go straight for a CCIE security, but I highly don't recommend that. I would recommend getting your CCNA and CCNP first before going for a CCIE, and probably a couple other certifications under your belt just to get a little bit more knowledge and skills under yourself. CCIE is also a very expensive exam as well. Personally, I wouldn't pay to get my CCIE myself. I would do it if my employer was willing to pay for it, which a lot of employers are sometimes. That's a pretty advanced certification though as well, so you'd probably end up having to work for quite a big organization to go for the CCIE. Do I learn from Udemy? Is that a good way? You know, I highly doubt that Udemy has any CCIE courses. CCNA and probably even CCNP, definitely Udemy has good courses. I'm a big fan of a lot of the e-learning platforms. So my favorite e-learning platform is INE now. I really like the support they offer to their users and really help them along the journey. And they also, INE also, one thing INE does that you typically don't get from Udemy is you get virtual labs from INE. So you can actually practice and test out the things you are learning while you are doing it. So if you're interested in INE, we actually have an affiliate link down in the description. You can click in that and try it out. I do believe they have a 7-day free trial, and ending tonight, actually they're having a huge sale on all their levels of, or no, I'm sorry, their premium membership. I mean, if you're serious about going far in the IT field and really developing your skills, the INE premium membership is a must-have. Actually, I currently have a CBT Nuggets subscription, but once that expires, I am definitely renewing it with an INE premium subscription because there is so many useful skills. And you pay one price and you get access to their entire content library. So let me know if you have any more questions about that. Do they have subnetting questions on the A+? I do believe they still do have subnetting questions, but you know, the best way to check is to take a look at the exam objectives. So let's go ahead and pull those up here. One nice thing CompTIA does is they tell you everything that's going to be on their exam. So 1 second here. Okay, we're gonna look at, and I'm assuming you're asking for the 1100 series. I do believe you can still take the 1000 series, but we're gonna pull it up for the 1100 series. Okay, let me get this on the right screen. So if you go to CompTIA's website, they actually have their exam objectives on there. See if I can make this easier to see. Nope. Okay. So networking builds up 20% of the exam. Networking. And I would imagine subnetting is on the exam. Let's take a look here. These are the different protocols they expect you to know. TCP or UDP connections. Internet applications. IPv4 private and public addresses, automatic private addresses. So it doesn't necessarily call out subnetting, but subnetting is a part of IPv4 addresses. So I wouldn't be surprised if subnetting is in there. I wouldn't say you need a deep knowledge on it, but understand how it operates, understand the basics of subnetting. Subnetting is really not that difficult, in all honesty. So let's see, will there be an after party? Yeah, there'll probably be an after party after the stream. So what this isn't me is talking about is typically after our live streams, we have an after party in our Discord server. If you're not a member of our Discord server, make sure and click in the description below, and I will drop a link to it in our chat. If I can actually pull that up, so our after party is after every live stream. We typically gather in the voice channel of our Discord server, and you can hop on camera or you can just have your voice, and we just talk about all things tech related, and it's a lot of fun. We share great stories and all that stuff. So if you're not a member of our Discord, definitely go sign up, and as soon as this live stream ends, head over there and we will be there live. We can actually chat and interact with us. Though if you want to hop on the stream right now and ask a question, you guys are more than welcome. Let me know if you want to hop on the stream, and I will send you a link so you can join me here on the stream and ask me a question live. I'm switching my career from mechanical engineering to IT. That is a career change. Mechanical engineering is great, but so is IT. I'm learning CCNA from Udemy right now. Thanks, man. Udemy is a great resource. There's a lot of great courses. Who are you using? I'm curious, from Udemy. Are you using like David Bombal, Kevin Wallace? Which Udemy instructor are you using? Ray asks, as a newbie who wants to do security, could I skip the A+ and go straight for certs in security, or would I be lost in the sauce without A+ info? It depends on how much knowledge you have in the IT field. If you are super confident in the IT field, like everything that would be on the A+ exam, then no, you don't need the A+. You can go straight for it. But you have to have a pretty high level fundamental knowledge of IT, especially networking. You know, you have to definitely be a networking guru. Do I recommend it? No, I don't say I'd necessarily recommend skipping the A+ without knowing your skill level. I don't think you'll ever regret getting a certification. It's just one more certification to have. But if you're in doubt, what I would recommend doing is find an online practice exam for the CompTIA A+. Go take it. If you pass with flying colors, you don't need the A+. Go ahead and take like a Security Plus or an EJPT certification. If you struggle with the CompTIA A+ practice exam, go study for and get your A+ first. What additional certs do you recommend for sys administration? You know, it really depends on where you are in your career. A good networking certification like the CCNA would be definitely valuable. You know, system administration, you're going to be dealing with security and cloud administration as well. It really depends on what's your passion. I know you say you want to go for system administration, but what part of system administrations interests you? And focus on that. Do what you're passionate about, and that's what I would study. So, but yeah, like a CCNA would be a great certification for a system administrator to have. Possibly an Azure certification, because it covers AD and stuff like that. Though even the A+ now it covers Active Directory. Why so serious? David Bombal is your instructor. David Bombal is an awesome guy. He has some great content out there, and definitely a good instructor. That's a good course you're going through. So, the best advice I have for you when studying for the CCNA is build a home lab. I did a video a while back. It's actually labeled 2019, building a home lab for the CCNA in 2019 or something like that. Go check it out on my channel. All the recommendations I made in that video still hold true to today. You know, on recommendations for lab equipment. That is the best way to be successful when studying for your CCNA, is to build a home lab. I can't recommend that enough. Does anyone have any good plans for the 3-day weekend coming up? I know I'm actually personally going camping. I should be studying. I am actually currently studying for the EJPT, the INE's Junior Penetration Tester certification. I am actually taking my exam next week for that one, but I'm actually taking the new one, the V2, because I am beta testing it. So I really need to study. That's what I actually plan on doing most of the day tomorrow. Kind of some last minute cram studying. So next week I can take that exam. But what is everyone else doing over the long weekend? Are you studying over the long weekend? Are you going out and camping and partying? You have to work. Good luck, bro. Thank you. It's going to be one of my first security certifications I go for. And I 100% feel like I'm going to fail it, because I haven't studied almost at all for it. Like I said, I'm going to study probably some this weekend, definitely tomorrow and part of next week. I think I have to take my exam by the 8th. So I'm just diving in head first into this material. Yeah. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Any questions at all, really, about the IT field? What do you guys think of the way the set looks? I've kind of changed up the lighting. Looks a little out of focus, actually, to be honest with you. There we go. Good enough for tonight. But yeah, does it look better? You guys been watching the videos that's coming out lately? We've actually, so we're coming out with another video tomorrow talking about getting into cybersecurity and interviewing tips and skills and tips to land your dream job. So definitely, if you guys aren't subscribed already, Definitely make sure you subscribe and hit that bell icon, because that's going to be a good video. And then the week after that, what video do we have coming out the week after that? It's actually, I know, a really good video. I'm just totally spacing on it. Oh, we're talking about increasing your salary in the IT field, how to make over $100,000 a year. So definitely want to check that one out. This is me. If I want to support the Bearded IT Dad, how might I do that? Well, thank you very much. The best way to support the Bearded IT Dad is to continue watching our videos, especially when they come out. The next best way, if you actually want to monetarily support us, is down in the video description. There is you can click on our Buy Me a Coffee link. You can support the channel by buying us a coffee to help us continue to stay awake to make great content. There's also a Patreon channel, which Patreon fans are actually getting super early access to all our upcoming content, plus one-on-one chats, one-on-one video conference with me, talk about career building advice. So the Patreon is definitely a super great value. And then we also have our merch store where you can buy t-shirts and merchandise. As a matter of fact, I have one of our brand new t-shirts right over here. I forgot I was going to put it on for the live stream, but our studio is super hot tonight. So this is one of the t-shirts we just recently released. You guys see that? You can buy this over on the beardeditdad.com website and go to our merch store there. This and many other shirts over there. I really like that shirt. That's actually one of my favorite shirts I've made in a while. New to the channel, really digging it. Well, welcome. We are growing like crazy and we have some amazing stuff coming up. Like I said, the best way to get insider information about what we're doing is be a member of our Discord server, because we are constantly on there pretty much every single day chatting. And if you really want the inside scoop, definitely join our Patreon. You can join for as little as $1 a month to support the channel, which is super awesome. That's one thing we're trying to really kind of grow, is give extra value. You get insider special dedicated videos. Like I said, one-on-one chat with me for like a half an hour to get career building advice. You know, other companies and other YouTubers charge thousands of dollars for that. You can get it for as little as like $5 a month. So definitely, if you want to support the channel, go check out our Buy Me a Coffee or our Patreon. Yeah, what do you guys think about this shirt? You guys like it? You want to know something interesting? Is I made this shirt myself. My wife and I run a graphic design business here in Oregon, and we do vinyl decals and t-shirt printing. I literally, right on the other side of my monitor here is my heat press and my shirt printer. We did this on, so it's super cool, super durable. It's a Gildan shirt. I don't know if you can see that. Kind of see it, but it's a high quality shirt. We also have other branded merch there as well. And we might be definitely giving some away here in the near future. I think we're going to do a giveaway once we hit 5,000 subscribers. We are like, I think we're less than 100 subscribers away. No, not quite. Just over 100, like 103 subscribers away from 5,000 subscribers. But once we hit 5,000 subscribers, I think we're going to have to do a giveaway. Give away some merch. Merch of choosing. We're also going to be putting out some new merch as well. Well, I haven't seen any more questions come in the chat, so I think we're going to wrap up this live stream and move over to our Discord server for the after party. Like I said, the link is in the chat. If you guys are interested, definitely go join our Discord server. And as soon as this live stream ends, we will be over on Discord in the voice channel, hanging out and sharing stories about IT. So great learning experience, great time to meet new people and network. So all right, everyone. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to this month's CompTIA A+ study group and Ask Me Anything. We'll be back again tomorrow with a brand new video out. We release new videos every Thursday right now, but I think we're going to start releasing multiple videos a week here in the near future. All right, guys, thank you guys for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy.